Life in Florida. $800 budget. Beautiful women and America's real sex date.
Imagine waking up to sunshine, beautiful women, and a laid-back lifestyle, all while only spending $800 a month. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, this isn't just a fantasy. It's a reality in Florida, one of the most unique places in America. Florida is often seen as a land of luxury, with famous cities like Miami and Orlando attracting tourists and wealthy residents. But what if I told you that you don't need $1 million salary to experience this incredible state? You don't have to stay in crowded cities or spend your entire paycheck on rent. Florida offers a budget-friendly life, a vibrant culture, and a lifestyle that blends fun, freedom, and excitement, all for a fraction of the price. But here's the twist: Florida is more than just a place to live cheaply. It's known as America's real sex state, with a reputation for embracing freedom, fun, and a bit of a rebellious spirit. Whether it's the wild parties of spring break, the famous beaches, or the diversity of lifestyles, Florida is a place where people go to live without limits. Throughout this video, we'll explore how you can live well in Florida for less, and discover the beauty of the women, the culture, and the life you can experience here on a budget. You're about to learn some surprising things about this state, things that most people don't know. Stick with us, because what comes next might just change the way you think about Florida forever. Visualize living in one of the most famous states in America, Florida. Now, picture doing that without breaking the bank. Think it's impossible? Well, think again. What if I told you that you can experience everything Florida has to offer for just $800 a month? That's right. You can enjoy the sunshine, the beaches, and the unique Florida lifestyle, all on a budget that most people would think is impossible for such a popular destination. This isn't a far-off dream or something only the wealthy can afford. It's a reality, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Florida is often known for its high living costs, especially in cities like Miami and Orlando. However, what many people don't realize is that there are countless areas in Florida where the cost of living is much more affordable without sacrificing any of the experiences or fun that come with living in such a vibrant place. In fact, you can find one-bedroom apartments in some of Florida's most scenic cities for as low as $600 to $800 a month. Yes, that's right, $600 to $800. To put that into perspective, renting an apartment in New York City or Los Angeles could cost you $2,000 or more for something similar. That's a big difference, isn't it? But the affordability doesn't stop with rent. You can also enjoy delicious, low-cost meals at local restaurants, grab drinks at bars, or explore local attractions without draining your wallet. For example, you could spend a day at one of Florida's stunning beaches without paying an entry fee, or spending much at all. Compare that to other states, where you might have to pay for everything from park entries to high parking fees. Now, I know what you're thinking: how is this possible? How can Florida, a state known for its luxury lifestyle, offer such low living costs? The answer lies in the diversity of areas in Florida. While the big cities might be expensive, smaller towns and coastal communities offer a much more affordable way to live, without compromising on the Florida experience. And here's where it gets interesting: Florida isn't just a cheap place to live, it's a state full of surprises, cultural diversity, and a lifestyle that embraces freedom and fun. In fact, many people think of Florida as America's real sex state, thanks to its reputation for wild parties, beautiful beaches, and a culture that doesn't shy away from embracing pleasure. But what is really exciting is that you're only scratching the surface of what Florida has to offer. There's much more to this state than meets the eye, and I'm about to take you on a journey through the hidden gems, affordable living, and vibrant culture that make Florida a one-of-a-kind place to live and explore. So, stick around, because the more you discover, the more you'll realize that Florida isn't just for the rich and famous. It as a place that anyone can call home. Florida's surprising affordability. When most people think about Florida, they imagine expensive luxury living. especially in famous cities like Miami, where sky-high rents and pricey beachfront condos make it seem like you need to be rich to live there. But this is a common misconception. Florida, while known for its wealthy areas, has plenty of hidden gems where the cost of living is surprisingly low, and you can enjoy all the benefits of this sunny state without draining your bank account. In fact, you'd be shocked at how affordable living in Florida can really be, especially if you know where to look. Let's start by breaking down some of the affordable housing options in different parts of Florida. For example, cities like St. Petersburg, Lakeland, and Gainesville offer affordable one-bedroom apartments starting at just $600 to $800 per month. This is a far cry from the typical $1, $500 or more that you might pay in cities like Los Angeles or New York for a similar apartment. If you want to go even more budget-friendly, areas outside of major tourist zones often offer even cheaper housing options, where rent can drop as low as $500 to $700 a month. Now, you might be thinking, sure, the rent might be low, but what about the rest of the cost of living? Well, let's talk about utilities and everyday expenses. Utilities, including electricity, water, and trash removal, can cost between $100 and $150 per month in many parts of Florida. So, if you're living in a one-bedroom apartment for $800, you're looking at a total monthly cost of around $900 to $1,000, including utilities. In comparison, this is much lower than many other states, where utilities alone can be $200 or more per month. But it's not just about rent and utilities. One of the best things about living in Florida on a budget is the variety of affordable leisure activities you can enjoy. For example, spending a day at the beach is free in many parts of Florida, and even the more popular beaches often have low-cost parking and no entry fees. You can also find many outdoor parks and trails where you can hike, bike, or just relax under the sun without paying anything at all. Unlike other places where going out to eat, or even walking around a city, can cost you a lot, Florida offers an incredible range of affordable outdoor activities that are perfect for those on a tight budget. Eating out in Florida is also pretty affordable. While some upscale restaurants in Miami or Tampa can be expensive, many smaller towns and cities offer great food at a fraction of the price. For instance, you can get a hearty meal at a local diner or casual restaurant for around $10 to $15, which is a steal compared to the prices in major cities around the country. And if you want to save even more money, Florida supermarkets offer plenty of affordable options to cook at home, with fresh local produce and seafood that won't break the bank. When you factor in all of these cost-affordable rent, cheap utilities, and low-cost entertainment, it is easy to see why Florida can be such a great place. For budget-conscious people, for just $800 a month, you could easily cover rent, utilities, and a good amount of leisure activities. You can live comfortably, enjoy the sunny weather, and still have enough left over to go out for the occasional dinner, enjoy some local events, or even take short trips around the state. Many people make the mistake of assuming Florida is only for the wealthy or those who can afford to spend big on vacation homes. But in reality, Florida is an incredibly affordable state for those who are willing to explore beyond the most tourist-heavy areas. Whether you're looking for a quiet, affordable town, or a place where you can live near the beach on a budget, Florida offers plenty of options that won't break the bank. In comparison to other states, living in Florida on a budget might actually give you a better lifestyle for your money. For example, if you were to live in a state like California or New York, you'd be paying a lot more just for basic living expenses, without the perks of Florida's warm weather or its lifestyle. And let's not forget Florida has no state income tax, which can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars each year, depending on your income. This tax advantage can make a huge difference when you're living on a budget, as it allows you to keep more of your money for other things like entertainment or savings. So, if you're looking for a place that offers a low cost of living, a warm climate, and plenty of opportunities for fun, Florida might just be the perfect place for you. You don't have to be rich to live the Florida lifestyle, you just have to know where to look. Whether you're renting in a small town or enjoying a weekend at the beach, Florida offers an affordable, fulfilling way of life that's hard to beat anywhere else in the country. The beauty of Florida's lesser-known areas: when most people think of Florida, they often picture the glitz and glamour of Miami or the theme parks of Orlando. While these places are well known for their attractions, there's so much more to Florida that often gets overlooked. Florida's lesser-known towns and cities offer an incredible lifestyle, combining natural beauty, affordable living, and a slower pace of life that you won't find in the major tourist destinations. These hidden gems are the places where you can truly enjoy the Florida experience without breaking the bank. Take Sarasota, for example. This charming town on the Gulf Coast is home to stunning beaches, a vibrant art scene, and a community-focused lifestyle. Sarasota may not be as famous as Miami, but it has all the attractions you'd want without the high price tag. You'll find beautiful, quiet beaches like Siesta Key Beach, which is often ranked among the best in the U.S. for its powdery white sand and clear, calm water. Sarasota's downtown area is filled with local shops, restaurants, and art galleries, offering plenty of things to do without the heavy crowds or expensive tourist traps. The cost of living here is much more affordable than in larger cities, making it a perfect place for those who want to enjoy Florida without spending a fortune. Then there's Cape Coral, a city that is often overlooked by tourists but offers an amazing lifestyle for those who call it home. Located on the southwest coast of Florida, Cape Coral is known for its canals, which give it the nickname Venice of America. This quiet city has miles of waterfront property, perfect for boating, fishing, or simply enjoying the view. The cost of living in Cape Coral is significantly lower than in places like Miami or Tampa, making it an attractive option for people looking to live near the water without paying a premium. Life here is peaceful, and you can easily enjoy outdoor activities, like walking or biking along the waterfront, without worrying about crowds or high costs. If you're looking for a more off-the-beaten-path experience, Florida's Forgotten Coast should be on your radar. This stretch of coastline, which includes towns like Apalachicola, St. George Island, and Carabel, offers a completely different vibe from the bustling cities. The Forgotten Coast is known for its untouched natural beauty, quiet beaches, and historic charm. Here, you can spend your days walking along deserted shores or exploring local seafood restaurants that serve fresh catches of the day. The area has a laid-back, old Florida feel, where life moves at a slower pace. It is perfect for anyone looking to escape the hustle and bustle of the bigger cities and enjoy Florida's natural beauty and peace. What makes these lesser-known areas even more special is that they offer a way of life that feels more authentic and less commercialized than the larger tourist destinations. In Sarasota, Cape Coral, and the Forgotten Coast, you'll find tight-knit communities where neighbors know each other, local businesses thrive, and people take time to appreciate the small things in life. It's not about keeping up with the latest trends or spending big on flashy experiences. It's about enjoying a lifestyle that values simplicity, nature, and community. As for the beaches, Florida is home to some of the most beautiful and least crowded beaches in the country. While places like Miami Beach or Clearwater Beach are popular for a reason, there are plenty of hidden beaches where you can escape the crowds and enjoy the sand and surf in peace. For example, if you head to Fort DeSoto Park, located just south of St. Petersburg, you'll find stunning beaches, beautiful trails, and picnic areas, all without the tourist crowds. The park is home to some of the best preserved beaches in Florida, offering a serene and picturesque setting. Similarly, the beaches on Sanibel Island are known for their beautiful seashells and quiet atmosphere, making it an ideal spot for those who want to relax away from the hustle and bustle of more tourist-heavy areas. Another underrated beach destination is Kalidesi Island State Park, located just north of Clearwater Beach, accessible only by boat. This pristine island offers miles of untouched coastline and is perfect for anyone looking for a quiet escape. Here, you can enjoy sunbathing, beachcombing, or kayaking in crystal clear waters, all without the noise and crowds of other Florida beaches. These hidden beaches are what make Florida so special, places where you can relax, soak up the sun, and enjoy the natural beauty of the state without the overwhelming crowds or high prices. Whether you're looking for a quiet getaway, an affordable place to call home, or just a more relaxed lifestyle, Florida's lesser-known areas offer all of this and more. They provide an ideal balance of affordability, natural beauty, and a slower pace of life that's hard to find in more tourist-driven cities. Living in or visiting one of these hidden gems means you can truly enjoy the best of Florida, from its stunning beaches to its small-town charm, without the pressures of big city living. If you've ever dreamed of escaping the crowds and finding your own piece of paradise in Florida, these lesser-known towns and coastal areas might just be the perfect place for you. They offer everything Florida is known for: sunshine, beautiful scenery, and great weather at a fraction of the cost of the more popular destinations. Exploring Florida's diverse and attractive population. Florida is one of the most diverse states in the U.S., with a population that's as varied as the state itself. When people think of Florida, they often picture the glitzy nightlife of Miami or the crowded beaches of Key West. But what really sets Florida apart is the mix of people who call the state home. With so many different cultures blending together, it creates an atmosphere that is unique, welcoming, and full of life. From the Latin influence in Miami to the Caribbean vibe in places like Orlando, Florida has become a melting pot of cultures, making it an exciting place to live, work, and play. One of the most notable things about Florida's population is its diversity. People from all over the world come to Florida for various reasons, whether it's for work, to escape the colder northern climates, or simply because they want to experience life in a place that feels vibrant and full of possibilities. This diversity is reflected in the food, music, and overall way of life in the state. Florida is home to many different communities, from Cuban Americans in Miami to Haitian Americans in Miami and Orlando, and from the large retiree population in places like the Villages, to the growing younger professional crowd in cities like Tampa and Jacksonville. All of this diversity contributes to the state's cultural richness and the vibrant energy that you can feel when you're living here. The mix of cultures doesn't just make Florida interesting, it makes it a place that is hard to pin down. In one neighborhood, you might be surrounded by people who speak Spanish. In another, you'll find yourself in an area where the rhythm of reggae music fills the air. Florida's diverse population is part of what makes it feel like a place that is constantly evolving. Whether you're walking through Little Havana in Miami or attending a Mardi Gras festival in Tampa, there's always something new to learn and experience in Florida, thanks to the mix of people and traditions that come together here. But beyond the rich cultural influences, Florida is also known for something else: its beautiful people. There is a reason that Florida often comes up in conversations about the most beautiful women in America. It's not just about appearance, but about the overall lifestyle that the state promotes. Florida women, in particular, are often praised for their beauty, confidence, and laid-back yet vibrant approach to life. The warm weather, beach culture, and active outdoor lifestyle all contribute to the way people look and feel in Florida. The state encourages a healthy, fitness-oriented lifestyle, with outdoor activities like yoga, running, and beach sports being a part of daily life. This focus on well-being and taking care of oneself is reflected in how people look, as Florida's residents tend to be more active, healthy, and engaged with their surroundings. The diversity in Florida also plays a big role in the beauty factor. The state's mix of Latin, Caribbean, African American, and European influences creates a population with a wide variety of looks and styles. The beauty here is not one-dimensional, it's multifaceted, with people of all skin tones, hair textures, and backgrounds adding to the overall allure of the state. In cities like Miami, you'll see an incredible mix of beauty, with women of all ethnicities embracing their culture and individuality. Whether it's a night out in downtown Miami or a casual walk along a beach in Sarasota, you'll find that beauty is celebrated in all its forms. Now, it's not all about looks. Florida's people are known for being friendly, approachable, and full of life. There's a sense of warmth here that comes from the sunny weather, but it also comes from the people themselves. Everyone seems to be in a good mood, enjoying the weather, and making the most of their time in the state. A big part of this is the laid-back, yet social, lifestyle that Florida promotes. The state's focus on outdoor living means that people are constantly outside, enjoying the sunshine, and interacting with others in casual, comfortable environments. It's common to see people gathered at a local cafe or having a barbecue with friends. And the easygoing nature of these interactions makes Florida feel like a friendly, welcoming place to be. Personally, I've had some incredible experiences with the people of Florida. One time, I was walking through the streets of Miami Beach, just taking in the sights and sounds. I had no particular destination in mind, but ended up striking up a conversation with a local woman who was selling handcrafted jewelry at a street market. Her story was inspiring. She had moved to Florida from Cuba several years ago, learned the art of jewelry making, and was now running a small business. Her warmth, confidence, and enthusiasm were contagious. We talked for a while about her experiences in Florida, and she told me how much she loved the energy of the state. She said Florida allowed her to reinvent herself, meet new people from all over the world, and build the life she always dreamed of. It wasn't just about the physical beauty of Florida. As people, it was about the spirit of the people who call this place home. Another memorable experience was meeting a young woman from Brazil at a beach party in Fort Lauderdale. She had been living in Florida for a couple of years and shared how much she enjoyed the freedom and opportunities the state had given her. In Florida, I can be whoever I want to be, she said. She told me how the diverse mix of people in Florida had made her feel like she truly belonged, no matter where she came from. Stories like hers are not uncommon in Florida. The state has a way of attracting people who are open-minded, adventurous, and ready to embrace new experiences. It is a place where beauty isn't just skin-deep, it is also about the personalities, the lifestyles, and the sense of community that Florida fosters. In conclusion, Florida's population is as diverse and vibrant as the state itself. From the mix of cultures to the stunning beauty of its people, Florida offers a unique atmosphere that makes it stand out. Whether you're talking about the beauty of Florida's women or the friendly nature of its residents, there's no denying that this state has a special energy. And when you experience it firsthand, you quickly realize that it is not just about what people look like, it is about the confidence, warmth, and individuality that make Florida's population so attractive. The real *X state, Florida's provocative reputation. Florida has long been known for its sunny beaches, vibrant nightlife, and exciting vacation destinations. But there is another side to the state that has earned it a nickname you might not expect: America's real *X state. This nickname refers to Florida's reputation for embracing freedom, pleasure, and a laid-back lifestyle that encourages individual expression. But what exactly does this mean? How did Florida get such a provocative reputation? To understand this, we need to take a look at the cultural and social history that helped shape this state's image. Florida's reputation as the real *X state didn't happen overnight. It's a label that has been earned over decades, thanks in part to the state's long-standing connection to spring break, which has been a part of Florida's cultural fabric since the 1930s. Over the years, spring break became a major event for college students and young adults from all over the country. Thousands of students flock to Florida's beaches each year, particularly places like Miami Beach, Daytona Beach, and Panama City, for a week of partying, drinking, and celebrating freedom. This yearly tradition of wild, carefree behavior helps solidify Florida's image as a place where anything goes. A reputation that only grew stronger as the years went by. But Florida's real *X state image isn't just about spring break. It's about the broader culture of the state, which has always had a relaxed and liberal attitude towards lifestyle and personal freedom. From the 1960s onwards, Florida became known as a place where people could express themselves without judgment. In the early days, Key West, in particular, was a haven for artists, writers, and free spirits looking for an escape from the more conservative parts of the country. Over time, Florida evolved into a state where individualism and freedom of expression were not only accepted, but celebrated. Part of this cultural shift has to do with the state's geography and diversity. Florida has always been a melting pot, with people from all over the world coming to live here. From Cuban immigrants in Miami to retirees moving in from the Northeast. Florida's population is a mix of cultures, each bringing its own unique values and traditions. This cultural diversity has played a significant role in shaping Florida's progressive and open-minded reputation. In many ways, the state has become a symbol of freedom, a place where people from all walks of life can come together and express themselves in ways that might be harder to do in other parts of the country. Florida's freedom of expression isn't just about social behavior. It extends to many aspects of life, including art, music, and fashion. The state's liberal cultural attitudes have led to the growth of vibrant art scenes in cities like Miami, where the famous Art Basel event draws visitors from all over the world. Miami's Wynwood Walls, a collection of colorful murals and street art, is another example of how Florida embraces creativity and individuality. The fashion scene in places like Miami Beach also reflects this openness, with trends and styles from around the world influencing what people wear and how they present themselves. But it's not just about art and music. Florida's reputation as the real *X state also comes from its social attitudes toward relationships, sexuality, and personal choices. The state has been at the forefront of many social movements over the years, including the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. Cities like Fort Lauderdale and Key West are known for being LGBTQ+ friendly, with vibrant communities and events that celebrate sexual diversity. Key West, in particular, is known for its welcoming atmosphere and openness to all kinds of relationships, which has made it a popular destination for LGBTQ travelers. The state's progressive attitudes toward relationships and sexuality are part of what has earned Florida its provocative reputation. Another factor that has contributed to Florida's image is the state's focus on tourism and entertainment. From theme parks like Disney World to the bustling nightlife in cities like Miami, Florida has built its economy around providing entertainment and pleasure. This focus on fun and enjoyment is reflected in the way people live here. Whether it's enjoying a drink at a beachfront bar or attending a wild music festival, Florida is a place where people go to relax, have fun, and indulge in experiences that they might not be able to have in more conservative parts of the country. In many ways, Florida has embraced this reputation and used it to its advantage. The state's tourism industry thrives on the idea of freedom and enjoyment, drawing millions of visitors each year who want to experience the fun, sun, and excitement that Florida offers. The state's willingness to embrace its real *X state image has made it a popular destination for people looking to escape the restrictions of their everyday lives and embrace a more carefree, pleasure-driven lifestyle. Of course, it's important to note that Florida is not just about partying and wild behavior. The state has much more to offer, from beautiful natural parks to thriving arts communities. And there are plenty of quiet, peaceful areas where people can live a slower pace, more traditional life. However, the real *X state reputation is a big part of what makes Florida so unique. It's a place where people can live out their dreams, express themselves freely, and enjoy a lifestyle that's all about fun, freedom, and personal choice. In conclusion, Florida's provocative nickname as America's real *X state is the result of years of cultural evolution. From the rise of spring break to the state's embrace of freedom and expression, the state has earned this reputation through its history of progressive attitudes, cultural diversity, and a focus on pleasure and enjoyment. Whether it's the vibrant art scene in Miami, the LGBTQ-friendly environment in Key West, or the endless opportunities for fun along the beaches, Florida is a state that truly celebrates freedom in all its forms. The Florida lifestyle, living the dream on a budget. Living in Florida might sound like an expensive dream, especially when you think about places like Miami or Orlando with their high-end condos, fancy shopping malls, and luxury cars. But here's the truth, it doesn't have to be that way. Florida offers the perfect balance of fun, sun, and relaxation, all without breaking the bank. With a little bit of planning and knowing where to look, you can live the Florida lifestyle on a modest budget, enjoying everything this sunny state has to offer. Let's imagine a typical day in Florida when you're living on a budget. You wake up to warm sunshine streaming through your window, the promise of a beautiful day ahead. Instead of stressing about expensive bills, you know your rent is affordable and your utilities are low. Perhaps you live in a smaller town or in an area slightly off the beaten path, where rent for a one-bedroom apartment can be as low as $600 to $800 per month. Your morning begins with a cup of coffee that you brewed yourself for just a few dollars, while you step outside to soak up the sun on your porch or balcony. Now, you're ready to explore. Florida is packed with free or low-cost outdoor activities that make it easy to enjoy the state without spending a lot of money. You might head to the beach, perhaps one that's a little quieter than the tourist hotspots, like the beautiful stretches of sand in places like St. Pete Beach or Cape Cod. These are areas where the beaches are less crowded and parking is much cheaper than in the major tourist zones. You could spend hours walking along the coast, collecting shells, and enjoying the peaceful atmosphere, all for free. The warm weather means you can spend time outdoors year-round. Whether you're walking through a nature preserve, riding your bike around the neighborhood, or just sitting in a local park, living on a budget doesn't mean giving up on the Florida experience. It just means being smart about how you spend your money. Instead of dining out at expensive restaurants every night, you might choose to visit a local farmer's market or cook at home with fresh, affordable ingredients. Florida's markets are filled with local produce, seafood, and tropical fruits, so you can enjoy fresh, delicious meals without the high price tag of dining at fancy restaurants. For just $20, you could buy enough fresh shrimp, vegetables, and fruit for several meals. At the same time, you can still enjoy the vibrant culture of Florida without breaking the bank. Many of Florida's cities, such as Sarasota, have art galleries, free festivals, and community events that are open to everyone. You can attend a local art show, visit a free museum, or enjoy a street festival where live music is playing. These activities don't cost a lot, but they bring a lot of joy. In fact, many of the most enriching experiences in Florida are also the most affordable. Now, you might be thinking, isn't living in Florida on a budget a bit limiting? Can you really enjoy everything the state has to offer if you're watching every penny? The answer is yes. The key to living in Florida on a budget is finding the right balance between enjoying the lifestyle and being mindful of expenses. You can still go to theme parks or hit up a trendy cafe every now and then, but you don't have to make those the focus of your everyday life. Instead, embrace the more relaxed, cost-effective aspects of Florida living. After all, the state is known for its laid-back atmosphere, and that can be your lifestyle too. Personally, I've experienced this shift myself. A few years ago, I moved to Florida with a tight budget. I didn't have a fortune to spend on living, so I chose to live in a smaller town along Florida's Gulf Coast, where the cost of living was much lower than in the big cities. The first few months were a bit of an adjustment. I had to change the way I thought about living in a place as famous as Florida. But over time, I realized that I didn't need to live in a luxury condo by the beach to enjoy the Sunshine State. Instead, I found a cozy apartment in a quiet neighborhood that was within walking distance of a local park and a few small shops. The rent was affordable, the neighborhood was friendly, and I still had access to all the outdoor activities I could want. I also quickly discovered the benefits of Florida's outdoor lifestyle. On weekends, I depack a picnic and head to the beach or explore the many nature trails that are scattered across the state. I realized that Florida's best experiences didn't always come with a hefty price tag. The more I embraced the natural beauty of the state, the more I realized that living here on a budget didn't mean I had to give up on the things that make Florida special. It was just a matter of finding the right balance between saving money and enjoying life to the fullest. Another example is my friend, who moved to Florida a couple of years ago with little more than a modest savings account. She found a tiny but affordable apartment in a small beach town on the East Coast. Instead of spending her days in the crowded areas, she spent time exploring local parks, finding hidden beaches, and enjoying the slower pace of life. She embraced the small town vibe, where she could walk to a local diner for breakfast and chat with the friendly locals. Despite the low cost of living, She was living an incredible, fulfilling life, spending her weekends at flea markets, enjoying free outdoor concerts, and meeting new people at local events. Living on a budget in Florida is not just about surviving, it's about thriving in a way that aligns with the values of the state. It's about embracing the relaxed, fun-loving lifestyle that makes Florida so unique, while also being mindful of your spending. It's possible to have fun, enjoy the sun, and live a fulfilling life without spending all your money on expensive restaurants or tourist attractions. In fact, the beauty of Florida is in its simplicity. Living on a budget here means you get to enjoy the best parts of the state, the beaches, the weather, the culture, all without breaking the bank. In conclusion, living in Florida on a budget doesn't mean missing out on the good life. It's about making smarter choices, finding affordable alternatives, and embracing the laid-back lifestyle that Florida is known for. Whether you're living in a cozy apartment in a small town or enjoying the outdoors every chance you get, Florida offers an incredible lifestyle for those who are willing to live within their means. With the right mindset, you can live the Florida dream without spending a fortune. Florida's weird and wonderful facts. Florida is a state that never fails to surprise. From its sunny beaches to its vibrant culture, there is a lot to love about Florida, but what makes it truly unique are some of the bizarre and quirky facts that seem to pop up around every corner. While most people know Florida for its beaches and theme parks, the state has a whole collection of odd laws, strange traditions, and unexpected gems that make it stand out even more. Let us dive into some of the weird and wonderful things that you might not have known about the Sunshine State. To start, let's talk about some of Florida's unusual laws. Florida is home to some laws that are so strange they could only exist in a place as wild and unpredictable as this state. For instance, in Florida, it's illegal to tie an elephant to a parking meter unless you pay the parking fee. Yes, you read that correctly. If you're planning to bring an elephant with you to Florida, make sure you've got some change for the meter. While it's unlikely that many people will run into this situation, it's one of those quirky laws that remind us how unique Florida can be. Another strange law that exists in Florida is that it is illegal to sell your child for less than $1. This law is a bit odd because, well, it's not something that most people would even think of doing. But in Florida, it's been on the books, just in case someone tried to make a deal on the cheap. It's a bizarre example of how the state has laws for even the most unlikely scenarios. But it's not just the laws that make Florida strange, it's also the traditions. Take Florida Man, for example. If you've spent any time on social media, you've likely seen the phrase Florida Man followed by some strange and often hilarious headline. Whether it is Florida Man eats a snake or Florida Man runs for governor while holding a live alligator, the Florida Man meme has become an internet sensation. It's almost as if people in Florida have a special talent for doing the weirdest things, and the rest of the world can't help but laugh at the crazy antics that seem to always come out of the state. In fact, there is even a website where you can look up all sorts of outrageous Florida Man headlines based on your birthday. Trust me, it's worth checking out. Florida is also known for its Florida Man challenges, where people create fictional but funny headlines about what a Florida Man might do. One popular example is Florida Man arrested for trying to use an alligator as a boat propeller. It's a strange, yet humorous reminder of how Florida's quirky nature has become a part of its charm. In fact, some people might say that the more outlandish the headline, the more it feels like it belongs in Florida. But Florida's strange facts don't stop with its laws or its viral internet memes. The state is also home to some incredibly unusual animals and creatures that you won't find anywhere else in the country. For example, Florida is one of the only places in the U.S. where you can find the famous Everglades alligator, as well as other exotic creatures like the Florida panther and the West Indian manatee. The Everglades, one of the most unique ecosystems in the world, is home to a wide range of rare animals, and it is also one of the only places in the world where alligators and crocodiles coexist in the same area. Imagine walking through a swamp and coming face to face with an alligator. Just another day in Florida. Even more bizarre, Florida is home to the only state park in the U.S. where you can legally swim with manatees. At places like Crystal River, people can interact with these gentle, slow-moving sea creatures in their natural habitat. While the idea of swimming with manatees might sound strange to some, it's become one of Florida's most popular ecotourism activities, and people from all over the world visit just to have the chance to get up close with these fascinating animals. It is yet another example of how Florida is full of unexpected experiences that you won't find anywhere else. And let's not forget about the annual phenomenon known as snowbirds. Every winter, thousands of people from the northern states flock to Florida to escape the cold, creating an influx of visitors who spend their winters in Florida's warm weather. While the term snowbird is used to describe these seasonal residents, it's also become a humorous and sometimes slightly controversial term, as some locals jokingly complain about the crowding that comes with the influx of visitors. Still, it's a major part of the state's culture, and it brings with it an entirely different way of life during the colder months of the year. Florida is also home to some bizarre celebrations and events that make the state even more fascinating. For example, the annual swamp buggy races in Naples, Florida, are exactly what they sound like: a race where participants drive swamp buggies, massive off-road vehicles through the swamps. The event draws large crowds who come to watch these oversized vehicles race through mud and water, showcasing the state's love for outdoor sports and quirky traditions. Another odd, yet delightful, event in Florida is the Florida Key Lime Pie Festival, held every year in Key West. People from all over come to celebrate the state's famous dessert with pie-eating contests, pie-themed games, and a parade that's as zany as the people who participate. Key lime pie, a dessert made from the region's signature tart lime, has become a symbol of Florida's fun-loving, carefree attitude. The festival is just another way that Floridians embrace their eccentricities and celebrate the things that make their state so unique. One final fun fact: did you know that Florida has a town named Bithlo that is famous for a giant statue of a dinosaur? The statue, which is known as the Bithlo dinosaur, has been a source of amusement and curiosity for decades. It's just one of many quirky roadside attractions you can find around the state. From giant gators to towering palm trees, Florida's roadside attractions are often strange, humorous, and downright weird, but they're also part of what makes the state so charming. In conclusion, Florida's weird and wonderful facts are part of the reason why so many people love the state. Whether it's its strange laws, bizarre animals, or unique events, there's always something surprising around the corner. Florida's quirky nature adds to its charm, making it a place where anything can happen and everything feels just a little bit more fun and unusual than anywhere else. Florida's cultural impact. What sets it apart? Florida is a place like no other in the U.S., and its cultural impact is a big reason why. The state is a melting pot of different influences, which blend together to create a rich and diverse cultural scene that sets Florida apart from other states. From the influence of Latin America and Europe to the vibrant arts and music scenes, Florida has become a hub for creativity, innovation, and expression. This diversity doesn't just make Florida interesting, it makes it a powerful player in America's cultural landscape. One of the most striking aspects of Florida is its cultural diversity. The state has always been a place where people from all over the world come to live, bringing with them their traditions, languages, and customs. Latin American influence is particularly strong in Florida, especially in places like Miami. The city is often referred to as the gateway to Latin America because of its large Hispanic population, particularly Cuban, Puerto Rican, and Colombian communities. This cultural influence is visible in the food, music, festivals, and even the architecture. Miami's Little Havana neighborhood is a prime example of this Latin influence, where the streets are lined with vibrant murals, delicious Cuban restaurants, and shops selling handmade goods. The sounds of salsa, merengue, and reggaeton fill the air, creating an atmosphere that is both lively and welcoming. But it's not just Latin American cultures that shape Florida. The state has a long history of European immigration, with large populations of Italians, Germans, and Spaniards, among others. This European influence is evident in the architecture, cuisine, and festivals across Florida. In places like St. Augustine, the oldest European established city in the U.S. You can see Spanish colonial architecture that tells the story of Florida's early history. The influence of Italian and French cultures is also clear, especially in areas like Sarasota, which is known for its thriving arts community and Italian-inspired architecture. This combination of Latin American and European cultures gives Florida a unique blend of traditions, making it a place where people from different backgrounds can connect and share their heritage. Alongside this cultural diversity, Florida is also known for its booming arts and creative industries. From fine arts to street art, from music to fashion, Florida has become a hotspot for artists and creative thinkers. The city of Miami is one of the best examples of this creative energy. It's home to Art Basel, one of the largest contemporary art fairs in the world, which draws artists, collectors, and art lovers from all over the globe. The Wynwood Walls in Miami is another iconic spot that showcases Florida's artistic side. This open-air museum features large murals painted by some of the best street artists in the world, transforming a once industrial neighborhood into a vibrant, colorful space that attracts visitors from around the world. Miami's design scene is also thriving, with innovative architects, designers, and fashion creators calling the city home. But Miami isn't the only place in Florida with a vibrant art scene. The city of Sarasota, known as the cultural capital of Florida, is home to a large number of art galleries, theaters, and music venues. The Sarasota Opera House, the Ringling Museum of Art, and the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall are just a few examples of the many cultural institutions that contribute to the city as thriving arts community. The Florida Keys are also known for their arts scene, with artists often drawn to the laid-back atmosphere and stunning natural beauty. Whether it's visual art, theater, music, or film, Florida is a place where creativity flourishes, and this artistic energy contributes to the state's distinct cultural identity. Florida's cultural impact extends far beyond its art scene. The state has played an important role in shaping American culture through its music, literature, and even fashion. Florida is a major player in the music world, with Miami serving as a hotspot for hip-hop, reggaeton, and Latin music. Miami is also the birthplace of the iconic Miami sound, a genre of music that blends disco, funk, and Latin influences. Florida has produced some of the biggest names in music, from Gloria Estefan to Pitbull, from Tom Petty to Ariana Grande. The state's diverse music scene continues to influence pop culture today, making Florida a major contributor to the development of American music. Florida also has a rich literary tradition, with authors like Zora Neale Hurston, who wrote Their Eyes Were Watching God, capturing the essence of Florida's cultural landscape in her works. The state's unique combination of rural beauty, urban energy, and cultural diversity has provided a rich source of inspiration for writers and poets alike. Florida is also home to a number of well-known literary festivals, such as the Miami Book Fair, which brings together writers and readers from around the world to celebrate literature. In addition to its artistic and musical influence, Florida has played a significant role in the development of American fashion. Miami, in particular, has become a global fashion destination, with events like Miami Fashion Week attracting designers, models, and influencers from around the world. The city's tropical climate and vibrant culture have inspired many fashion designers to showcase their unique creations, blending Caribbean, Latin, and European styles into one eclectic mix that is uniquely Floridian. One of the most significant ways Florida has contributed to American culture is through its architecture. The state is home to a variety of architectural styles, from Spanish colonial buildings in St. Augustine to the sleek Art Deco designs found in Miami's South Beach. Art Deco, in particular, has become one of Florida's most iconic architectural styles, with its bold lines, geometric shapes, and bright colors defining the look of Miami Beach. This distinctive style has not only shaped Florida's visual identity, but also influenced design trends around the world. Florida's influence on American culture can also be seen in the many cultural movements that have been born in the state. For example, Florida has been a key player in the LGBTQ+ rights movement, with cities like Key West being known for their welcoming and inclusive atmosphere. Key West, in particular, has long been a haven for artists, writers, and members of the LGBTQ community, and its vibrant culture has helped shape the state's reputation for being a progressive and open-minded place. The state has also been at the forefront of political and social movements, including the civil rights movement, which has shaped Florida's cultural landscape in profound ways. In conclusion, Florida's cultural impact is undeniable. Its diversity, creativity, and openness to new ideas have made it a hub for cultural expression and innovation. From its rich mix of Latin American and European influences to its thriving arts and music scenes, Florida is a place that attracts people who are passionate about creativity, individuality, and self-expression. The state's role in shaping American culture is significant, and it continues to play an important role in influencing trends in music, art, fashion, and more. Florida's cultural impact is something that sets it apart, making it a unique and vibrant part of America's cultural landscape. The unseen side of Florida's economy. Florida is often thought of as a glamorous, high-cost destination full of luxury resorts, expensive real estate, and high-end lifestyle. With its beautiful beaches, theme parks, and bustling cities like Miami and Orlando, it's easy to assume that living in Florida would cost a fortune. But in reality, there's another side to the state's economy that makes living here surprisingly affordable. Beneath the glitz and glamour, Florida offers a cost of living that's lower than many other states, with opportunities for those who want to live well without spending too much. One of the most important factors that makes Florida affordable is its overall lower cost of living, compared to other popular U.S. states, especially on the East and West coasts. While cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Boston have sky-high rent prices, Florida offers a range of affordable living options. For example, in many parts of Florida, you can rent an apartment for $800 to $1,200 a month, depending on the location. This is a fraction of what you'd pay in cities like San Francisco or Manhattan, where the average rent is often $3,000 or more for a similar-sized apartment. Even in major cities like Miami or Tampa, there are affordable neighborhoods where rent prices are much lower than in other metropolitan areas. Beyond rent, Florida's utility costs are also relatively low. While the state's warm weather means you'll likely need air conditioning, which can drive up electric bills in the summer, overall utilities still tend to be cheaper than in many other parts of the country. On average, residents of Florida can expect to pay between $100 and $150 per month for electricity, water, and other basic utilities. In comparison, in colder states, heating bills during winter can be much more expensive. Additionally, Florida's lack of state income tax is another huge financial benefit. Unlike most states, Florida does not impose a state income tax, meaning you keep more of your paycheck compared to states, where income tax rates can range from 5% to over 10%. This makes a significant difference in your overall budget, especially if you're living on a fixed income or a modest salary. When it comes to job opportunities, Florida offers a variety of employment options that can help people live on a budget. The state's economy is diverse, with key industries like tourism, agriculture, healthcare, and technology providing jobs for people from all walks of life. Tourism, of course, is a major part of Florida's economy, and it provides a wide range of jobs in everything from hospitality to entertainment. Whether it's working at a hotel, in a theme park, or in a restaurant, many jobs in the tourism sector pay decent wages and offer opportunities for tips and bonuses. For example, servers, bartenders, and hotel staff often earn more than the average wage thanks to tips from tourists who are eager to enjoy their vacations. Florida also has a strong healthcare industry, with cities like Miami, Tampa, and Orlando home to some of the largest medical centers in the country. The healthcare sector is growing, and it provides a range of job opportunities from nurses and doctors to administrative staff and medical technicians. With an aging population in the state, especially in areas like the Villages, the largest retirement community in the U.S., there's a constant demand for healthcare professionals. This makes Florida a great place for those seeking stable, long-term employment in healthcare. Agriculture is another major part of Florida's economy, with the state being the largest producer of oranges in the U.S. and a major producer of other crops like sugarcane, tomatoes, and strawberries. Jobs in agriculture, food production, and distribution are widely available, especially in rural parts of the state. Florida is also home to a growing technology and startup scene, particularly in cities like Miami and Tampa, which are attracting young professionals and entrepreneurs. The state's economic diversity means that there are job opportunities for people with different skills, backgrounds, and interests beyond employment. Florida's cost of goods and services also makes it a great place for those on a budget. While major cities like Miami and Orlando can be expensive, Florida overall has lower costs for everyday essentials. For example, the average price for groceries in Florida is lower than in many other states. Items like fresh produce, seafood, and meat are often more affordable. Thanks to Florida's agricultural industry, the state's warm climate also allows for year-round access to fresh fruits and vegetables, which helps keep prices down. In addition, Florida's lack of a state income tax makes the cost of living more manageable, as you'll have more disposable income to spend on other things such as groceries, gas, and entertainment. Florida also has relatively low sales tax compared to other states. While the state's general sales tax rate is 6%, local governments can add their own tax, making the total rate anywhere from 6% to 8% depending on the area. This is still lower than many other states, where sales taxes can reach 10% or more. This means that when you're shopping for clothes, electronics, or household goods, you're paying less in taxes. Compared to other states, transportation costs in Florida are another factor that makes the state affordable for residents. While major cities like Miami and Tampa have their own traffic challenges, the overall cost of transportation, whether you're driving or using public transit, is relatively low. Gas prices in Florida are typically lower than the national average, and the state has extensive highway system makes it easy to travel long distances without spending too much. Public transportation options, like buses and trolleys, are available in larger cities, and many areas offer affordable fares or even free rides in certain parts of the city. Florida's housing market also offers a range of options, from affordable apartments to modest homes in less populated areas. While the real estate market in places like Miami and Tampa can be expensive, you can still find affordable homes in suburban and rural areas where prices are much lower. Whether you're renting or buying, Florida has housing options that suit people with all types of budgets. In conclusion, Florida may have a reputation for being a glamorous and expensive place to live, but the truth is that the state offers a range of affordable living options, job opportunities, and low costs for everyday essentials, with no state income tax, lower rent prices, and affordable health care and groceries. Florida is an attractive choice for those looking to live on a budget. Whether you're working in tourism, healthcare, agriculture, or technology, there are job opportunities across the state that allow you to live comfortably. The state's lower sales tax, affordable transportation, and diverse housing options make it a great place for those who want to enjoy a high quality of life without spending too much. The unseen side of Florida's economy shows that living here on a budget is not only possible, it is practical. The real Florida experience, a day in the life living in Florida, doesn't have to mean living in luxury. You can enjoy everything this beautiful state has to offer while living on a budget. Let us take a closer look at what a day in the life of someone living in Florida on a modest budget might look like. From waking up in a budget apartment to spending your day having fun without spending much money, it's all about making the most of the Florida lifestyle while keeping your costs low. Your day starts early. You wake up in your cozy, budget-friendly apartment. Whether you're living in a smaller city like St. Petersburg or a quieter neighborhood in Miami, your rent is affordable, and your home is simple yet comfortable. The apartment is small, but it's all you need. You open the windows and let in the warm Florida sunshine. The weather is beautiful, and you feel energized knowing that the day ahead will be full of opportunities to enjoy the sunshine state without spending a lot. Instead of rushing out to an expensive cafe, you make a cup of coffee at home. It's a small way to save, but it adds up over time. Breakfast might be something simple like eggs and toast or a smoothie made from fresh, affordable fruit that you picked up from a local farmer's market. You might even add some tropical fruits like bananas or pineapples, which are fresh and cheap in Florida. Enjoying your breakfast while listening to the sounds of the Florida morning birds singing, and maybe even the distant sound of waves is a peaceful way to start your day. After breakfast, you're ready to get out and explore. One of the best things about living in Florida is how much there is to do for free or at a very low cost. You might decide to spend the morning at a nearby park, which costs nothing at all. Florida is home to an abundance of state parks, nature reserves, and public beaches, many of which are free to visit. You can take a walk through a local park or nature trail where the scenery is beautiful and the air is fresh. Florida's parks are often quiet and peaceful, making it easy to enjoy some time in nature and unwind without spending a dime. If you're in a bigger city, like Miami or Tampa, you can also visit a free community event. Many Florida cities host free outdoor events, such as music festivals, farmers markets, or local art shows. These events are a great way to experience the culture of Florida without opening your wallet. You can walk through the market, sample local food, and enjoy the entertainment, all while meeting new people and soaking up the local vibe. Whether you're enjoying a free jazz concert or checking out local crafts, Florida offers a variety of social events that don't cost a thing. For lunch, you might decide to grab something light but affordable, like a sandwich or a salad from a local deli. You could even try a food truck, which often offers delicious, fresh meals at a fraction of the price of a sit-down restaurant. Florida has a strong food truck culture, and you'll find a range of tasty options, whether it's a Cuban sandwich, fresh seafood, or tacos that are quick, affordable, and satisfying. In the afternoon, you can explore more of what Florida has to offer. If you're near the coast, you might take a walk on one of Florida's many beautiful, uncrowded beaches. Instead of paying for parking in a busy tourist area, you find a quieter beach with free parking or even a free public access point. The water is warm, and the view is stunning. You spend a few hours enjoying the beach, swimming, reading, or simply relaxing with your feet in the sand. The best part is that it costs nothing but your time. Florida's beaches are one of the state's greatest treasures, and they're often free to enjoy, making it easy to live an affordable, fulfilling lifestyle. As the evening rolls in, you might head back to your apartment for a break. After a few hours of relaxing at home, it's time for a night out. You don't have to go to an expensive nightclub to have fun. Florida's nightlife is diverse, and there are plenty of affordable or even free options. You can head to a local bar or brewery that offers happy hour specials or a live music night where you don't have to pay an entrance fee. Many places offer free entertainment or reduced price drinks during the week, and you can have a great time without breaking the bank. If you're in a town with a lively downtown area, you might just walk around, enjoy the atmosphere, and check out local shops or cafes. Florida, as smaller cities, often have charming downtown areas where you can window shop or grab an inexpensive dessert at a local bakery. Walking through the streets, you might bump into friends or neighbors, adding to the sense of community that makes Florida feel like home. The laid-back vibe of the state means you don't always need to spend money to have a good time. You can enjoy the simple things. For dinner, you may decide to cook at home. Florida has a wide variety of fresh, affordable produce and seafood, so making a meal at home is a great way to save money. You might cook a fresh fish dish or make a simple pasta with locally grown vegetables. It's not only cost-effective, but also healthy and satisfying. If you don't feel like cooking, you could grab a quick bite at a casual eatery, where the prices are reasonable and the food is still delicious. Florida's food scene is diverse, and there are plenty of budget-friendly options that allow you to enjoy local flavors without spending too much. After dinner, you can wind down by watching a movie at home or taking a stroll around your neighborhood. If you live in a quieter area, a sunset walk is a great way to relax and enjoy the beauty of Florida's evening skies. In many places, the weather stays warm into the evening, making it pleasant to be outside, even after the sun goes down. Living in Florida on a budget is all about balance. You can enjoy the sunshine, the outdoors, and the social scene without spending a lot of money. The key is knowing where to go and how to make the most of the simple, enjoyable activities the state has to offer. Florida's affordability doesn't mean sacrificing fun. It means finding a way to live a fulfilling life while keeping your expenses in check. Whether it's exploring the outdoors, attending a free event, or enjoying a night out with friends, Florida offers plenty of ways to live the dream without spending a fortune. In conclusion, a day in Florida on a budget is about enjoying the little things. Whether you're hiking through a nature trail, relaxing on the beach, or having a meal with friends, Florida allows you to experience the good life without overspending. The combination of affordable living, social opportunities, and outdoor activities makes Florida a place where you can balance hard work with plenty of time for fun and relaxation. It's the perfect mix of enjoying life, soaking up the sunshine, and making the most of your budget. As we come to the end of this journey through Florida, it's clear that this state offers much more than just sun and sand. Living in Florida on a budget is not only possible, but it's also a chance to experience a lifestyle full of adventure, beauty, and cultural richness. Whether it's the affordable housing options, the diverse job opportunities, or the abundance of free outdoor activities, Florida is a place where you can live a fulfilling life without constantly worrying about your finances. Throughout this journey, we've seen how Florida balances affordability with lifestyle. You can rent a place for a reasonable price, enjoy the stunning beaches without paying for overpriced tourist spots, and dive into the local arts and culture without breaking the bank. From smaller towns to big cities, Florida offers a variety of options that make living here within reach for people from all walks of life. The state's diversity, both in its people and its landscapes, ensures there's something for everyone. Whether you love the beach, nature, vibrant city life, or small town charm, we've also touched on how Florida is not just a budget-friendly state, but one that embraces freedom, individuality, and creativity. The art scene is alive and well, with cities like Miami and Sarasota attracting artists, musicians, and performers who help shape the cultural heartbeat of the state. The blend of cultures from Latin America, Europe, and beyond brings a special energy to Florida, making it a place where you can find everything from delicious food to rich traditions, to exciting nightlife. And let's not forget Florida's real *X state reputation, which adds to the fun and carefree vibe that makes it stand out from other parts of the country. But perhaps the most important point is that Florida offers a lifestyle that is hard to find elsewhere. The combination of affordable living, access to nature, and a relaxed pace of life means you can balance work with play in a way that keeps you happy and healthy. Whether you're taking a walk on the beach, visiting a local park, or enjoying the many free or low-cost events the state offers, you living a life full of experiences that don't come with a hefty price tag. So, now it is time for you to think about it. Could Florida be the place for you? Whether you're tired of high living costs in other parts of the country, or simply looking for a fresh start, Florida's budget-friendly lifestyle and vibrant charm offer a unique opportunity. With its warm weather, diverse communities, and endless opportunities for relaxation and fun, Florida might just be the place you've been looking for. So, what do you think? Are you ready to make the leap? Could Florida's affordable way of life and its lively, cultural atmosphere be the perfect fit for you? Leave your thoughts below. And if you know someone who's always dreamed of living the Florida lifestyle, tag them here. The Florida dream is waiting, and it might just be closer than you think.